then there's Ben Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen A. Smith said Ben Simmons might be the weakest, most pathetic excuse for professional athlete we have ever seen. And not just American history, but in the history of sports. I can't think of a professional athlete that has come across more pathetic than this man. Fair or unfair?
Unfair. It's unfair because the business side kicked in more than, like, you can't, okay, just when you think about it, you can't call someone scared and you're a defensive player. That goes the opposite of their nature. He is first team all defense. That means mentally he takes the challenge. So when you're talking about first team defense, you're talking about Gary Payton's, Dennis Rodman's, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen's, Kawhi. You're talking about the guys who are going after the best players. Now, he guards 1 through 5. Mentally, you can't say that this guy is afraid of anything because he wants the challenge of the best players.
But he hasn't really been taking the challenge. I mean, from mental issues to back issues, back to mental issues again, back to back issue.
Okay, but
these fuzzy kind of injuries that no one could really confirm nor deny. But yeah,
but we're all smarter than the average. We understand that it's money involved at this point.
A lot of money involved.
You know, you're talking about, a lawsuit of $20 million, right? So you got to remember how it all started is it started Philly messing up. Philly messed up first.
Right.
And they thought what they can do was, instead of just saying sorry to the kid, hey, we're sorry, we fucked up, we made you look bad, our bad. Instead of doing that, they have him come back to compound the issue, which they thought, well, we'll try to embarrass him by saying he has a cell phone in his pocket when it's a water bottle. You can see it, a water bottle. And then you prejudge that, okay, we're going to keep picking on him until he says something that we don't like, then we can fine him. So now we can suspend him for a game. Every game is $200,000. We keep that shit up. We get all our money back. And eventually, if you keep fining someone $200,000, $300,000 every game, they're going to act right. So they went into it with the notion of we're just going to fine him until he does what we want him to do. Well, they got smart and said, back hurts. My back, right?
My neck and my back.
And then mental, the new mental clause that the NBA put in where you can't fine a guy or you can't suspend him indefinitely. So that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to do the defamation of the detrimental to the team, which means if I suspend you detrimental to the team, I can lift that anytime I want. So I suspend you for the whole year, fuck off. Because it's mine. You're mentally not stable yet. I don't, whatever that means. They pull one of those. So they just got outsmarted, and he pulled it first.
Yeah, I mean, do you think he really wants to play? Or do you think he's just collecting checks? As someone who's collected a lot of checks for not playing.
Yes, you're 25 years old. Of course you want to play, but you got to remember, Philly held $20 million. So they're saying you're not hurt. You're not mentally messed up. $20 million, we're going to hold it. Now, how do you prove? Me, I'm not saying this is what Ben Simmons did. Me, I wasn't playing this year. Because you got to remember, if they're holding $20 million because I didn't play in those games, how do I get that money back? Well, if I come on the court, soon as I got to Brooklyn, then I wasn't hurt. They keep that money. So now I can't play because that original $20 million that they're holding. So now I have to continue the rouge. Same thing Kanye West did.
Oh, when he quit the tour?
Yeah, Lords of London, I'm going crazy. I'm crazy, everybody. I'm crazy. Because
Give my insurance money.
Yeah, because in his clause, going crazy was the only way to get out of it.
Yeah.
So it's. But, I mean, you put a kid in a situation where the integrity game or his livelihood, and, it's hard to walk. I mean, we can all say what we would have did, but it's $20 million on the table of you got 20 more games, 30 more games to just continue to just chill and win your lawsuit. Because if he plays, he doesn't win his lawsuit. and then Philly wins. Philly wins because they get to keep that $20 million that they robbed from them.
So it basically just comes down to a money game. That's all it is.
This was business. This was
just,
more of a
just business.
In my mind, it was more business than it was him not playing or nothing. It's just he had to make a decision of, and I can't say I would have did the same thing.
Okay.
As much as I would have wanted to be out there and have this chance, you're talking about something I can't get back, something that you guys pulled this, Philly. It wasn't, I didn't say I wanted to be there. You didn't want me. You messed up. You tried to make me look bad, and then you want to hold $20 million. No, that's not, like, I can say if I messed up, like you're just saying because I had a bad offensive game. Now, like, so basically you're saying because I had a bad offensive game, you're going to penalize me more. Like, I fucked up. Everyone fucks up. I had a bad year. I worked on it, and then you guys want to pull us to next year. All right, play games.